Got a phone call here sponsored by go.tagjag.com/PC security. That's my top 100 Windows PC security tips. Just released the ebook. You can get a copy right now, but this caller will get it for free. This is Chris.
Wow, I can't believe I actually made it on.
Yes. I can't believe
I
it
have a
either.
question for you.
Yes.
Well, first to start, I've been watching your videos for like 6 months now, and I think it's awesome, your home office and all that cool stuff. But my question is this. I've recently bought an iPad Wi-Fi, thinking that I could use my Android mobile hotspot and connect through Wi-Fi, and not have to pay for both. Which do you think is faster, the 3G through AT&T built into the iPad, or the version I'm talking about using the Android mobile hotspot and connecting my iPad through Wi-Fi to that?
Which would be faster? That's a good question. I think you'd be reliant on the strength of the network at the point where you happen to be connecting, if you were talking specifically about 3G, and then certainly vicariously of the strength of the network signal through your Android device, and even with it broadcasting a Wi-Fi signal, despite its proximity to the iPad. I don't know if there's any definitive way of outlining which would be better. I think you'd be better off sticking with what you have, knowing that it works. In fact, my dad, when he was thinking about getting an iPhone, he says, well, should I get an Android device or an iPhone? Because if I get an Android, I can make an access point and everything. And if I get an iPhone, it's certainly going to be easier to use. And this is according to my dad. I wasn't the one saying this. Ultimately, he decided to get the iPhone, and I don't think he's been disappointed. But, the advantage of being able to have an access point, I think, as long as you're already paying for a contract with that Android device, and you can turn it into a hotspot, and that's not really costing you anything, I would say stick to that in a Wi-Fi iPad. I wouldn't gamble and get a 3G version of an iPad when
what I have is working.
Yeah, I really, there's not, to my knowledge, there would not be a clear, definitive difference just because of the nature of the networks, right? I mean,
correct, yeah.
If I did a broadband test with my iPhone right here and side by side with my Samsung Galaxy S, I'm going to get different results, as I've done. I've recorded and uploaded that video to YouTube. Whereas if I drive across town, I could get different results completely.
So it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so I say stick with what you got. In fact, I think it's a great option to have a mobile device that can turn into a hotspot. Which Android device are you talking about?
Droid X. I switched actually recently from BlackBerry to Droid, just because the Droid X came out right when I re-signed my 2-year contract, and I'm loving it so far. So
very nice. Well, the Evo 4G that I was testing a while back, I keep that in my car, so I have a mobile hotspot wherever I go.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I still take advantage of Android and what it gives me the opportunity to do. That is be online, anywhere.
And I think that the Droid X was actually in a way Motorola's response to the HTC Evo 4G, just because it's on a different network and they both have 4.3-inch capacitive touchscreens and all that good stuff. And it would be cool to actually have a review of the two and see what the differences between those are.
There's an easier way of comparing an Android device to another Android device versus an Android device to, let's say, an iPhone. You're talking about the right kind of comparisons. And ultimately, at this point, the differentiations would be specifically, hardware, what one has, what the other one doesn't, and then possibly even software optimizations. Although I think with future revisions of the Android operating system, the differences between software will become less apparent than at least the differences in hardware. I don't have any other Droid devices other than the Arcos Media tablet, the Samsung Galaxy S, the Evo 4G at this point in time. That may change. But certainly, I think I would do my best to do a comparison. The one who always does the best mobile device comparisons, John for Lakers.
Yeah, with Techno Buffalo, I watch a lot of his videos.
Of course. Naturally. You're a geek.
That's right.
Well, thanks for calling.
Thank you very much for all you do, and I'll continue watching your live feed.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, have a good night.
You
Bye.
too. Bye. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.